Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris Keys. Today I wanted to give some valuable tips on starting off with Shopify, in 2018. And I mean, this is nothing like extremely new, but I feel like the average person that tried to jump on Shopify, don't really into the Shopify game, with a few things on their mind when it comes to, starting a Shopify business. Well, a drop shipping business using the Shopify platform. Um, One thing that, where I want to start off is, first of all, you already know how I go big when it comes to mindset. Um, some people feel like after watching 3 YouTube videos that, okay, like I found, the business that I've been looking for. And when they start trying it out based on these 3 little videos that they seen, that's probably about a combined of 30 minutes all in total. They feel like they got it. And um long story short is after them really trying it out now, they realize it's not as easy as they thought it was. One thing that I always tell people that, Shopify is, it's not hard, but it's not easy, because it does play a big part into knowing what you're doing in a way, gaining that knowledge. I always go big on you don't want to waste your time and your money trying to do something that you don't know too much about. If you can find that mentor, or if you could find that person that's already doing good in Shopify, and for you to be able to trust, them in a way where they will help you get the results you're looking for, then by all means go with that person. You know, even though you could be watching this video right now, but maybe there's somebody else that you feel more comfortable with. And the biggest mistake that I did when I first got introduced to Shopify is that I wasn't really investing in myself. I was you know, trying to do it by myself. I was trying to do it, thinking that I had it. First of all, I didn't trust any YouTuber. Ironically, I'm a YouTuber now, but I didn't trust anybody that I seen on YouTube or on Facebook that was showing their results and showing, how well they was doing on Shopify. I mean, of course, there was, a few people that I did feel comfortable with, but still, it's like when you're not used to making those type of investments, you know, you become a little like, it's like your money's so precious to you. Your money's so precious to you. But I remember, one thing that one of my mentors really taught me is that the biggest investment you could make is on yourself. And when it comes to your business, long story short, I remember one time, um, I got invited to go to Miami with my mentor and one of my buddies, and I was so hyped. This was like in the beginning of the little success I was getting into Shopify, and we were so hyped going into Miami. So we went to the mall the day before going to Miami. Me and my boy went to the mall, and we spent like $400 or $500 on a outfit. For us, we thought we was balling, like, spent $400 or $500 on an outfit. Mind you, during the time we're only spending about $100 a day on ads, and we're making about a good $600-700 a day from Shopify. I'm not gonna lie, to keep it, real with you. I feel like we really got lucky with the product that we was selling, that and where we was getting a very big, return on investment, ROI on. But long story short, the main reason of going on this trip was to meet up with my mentor so he could show us how we could really get our business to the next level, because I really didn't know what I was doing. I just know that I was putting in money into Facebook and Shopify was spitting out money. But I mean, even though I'm making it sound simple, but it wasn't as simple as, it sounds. But anyways, long story short, um, I was afraid of putting in more money into my Facebook ads because, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. So I don't want to end up putting more money on my Facebook ads and I'm still getting the same return that I'm getting. And so I was afraid. But here I am, the day before us going to Miami, I go to the mall and spent $400 or $500 on an outfit. Then we got to Miami. Then my boy ended up spending $1,000 on our meal. $1,000 on our meal that my mentor first said that he was willing to pay for, but my boy, he didn't know it was gonna be $1,000. It's when the waiter called and said, okay, who's paying for the bill?" And he walked inside. He was like, "Don't worry, guys, I got it." Long story short, he comes back outside and he was like, "Yo, guys, the bill was $1,000, but I paid for it." He was feeling down for the time, but he was like, "You know what? Whatever, I get over it. I'm pretty sure that my business could get it back to me." And one thing my mentor was saying to us after we left and we was walking, and he says, um, "Hey guys, how much money did you spend on your outfit again? You told me." He was like, "Yeah, we spent like $400 or $500 on this outfit." Then he goes, "Okay, and how much did you just spend on this dinner?" It was like $1,000. Don't rub it in my face. It was $1,000. Whatever. He was pretty upset about that. But anyways, he was like, one thing my mentor said, he was like, "Okay, so how much is the stores that you purchased your outfit from? How much are you're going to get back from that?" And we was like, "We're not getting nothing back. Like the money is gone." He's like, "Okay, so how much you're gonna get back from the $1,000 that you just spent at the restaurant?" And we was like, "We're not getting nothing back." So he was like, "So what's stopping you again from putting more money on Facebook ads?" And from there, my mind was just open. Sometimes you need to hear things like in those type of scenarios and stuff for you to really like understand like these situations that you're in. Because like I said, I was afraid to invest into myself. I was afraid into investing in trainings and coaching and all of that. And it wasn't until that little moment, even though it was something simple, but that was one of the biggest things that opened up my mind when I was on that trip. And long story short, I remember going home that day and I bumped up my ad spend to like I think like $400. Long story short, the next day I made, I think, yeah, the next day I made like about 3,000 and change. But like I said, during the time, if you was to ask me to break down exactly, all I could tell you is that I just threw in money and money came out. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's as simple as you think, but the main thing is later on after that is when I started to invest into, trainings and investing into, coachings and whatnot to help me get, up my game because I started to realize that there was some areas where I was wasting money because I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure it out by myself, and from me trying to figure it out by myself, I end up wasting money. You know, Another example is that I had a YouTube a YouTube subscriber that was watching my videos, and she made a comment about one of my trainings that I have for sale on inside of my my online store for Shopify. And she made a comment about how my Facebook ads training was too costly for her. But long story short, like 2 3 months after that, I didn't know, but that same person ended up purchasing my consulting. And after we had a long consult, and I'm showing her like we trying to fix up her ads. The ads was all over the place. She done spent about $1,200 on ads and didn't make any returns back. And after I finished helping her out with everything, and I end up giving her access to my training for free. And this is just to show you how big I try to help people out. But I end up giving her access to my training for free. And at the end of the call, that's when she ended up confessing to me that if I remember that time when somebody posted this comment up, she was like, "Yeah, it was me that posted this comment," and she regrets. She kept on telling me like she regrets the fact that she didn't invest the one, the price of um my my ads course, because that probably would have saved her from spending $1,200 on ads and from her not seeing any results. So I think that's one thing that when you're entering this game, you should have that type of mindset is don't be afraid to invest in yourself and don't be afraid to invest in your business. If you have to do your research on YouTube, on Google, whatever it is, do your research so you can find somebody that you will be able to stick with, throughout this journey of, your Shopify business. Um, the next thing is, one thing that a lot of people really struggle with is product research and Facebook ads. I tell a lot of people, especially, and this really goes for people who try to do it on their own. And the trouble with that is that when you try to do it on your own and you're not getting success, those are usually the first people to start commenting on YouTubers or whoever it is and say, this Shopify stuff is fake, and this stuff is not really working out for me. I don't know how you guys say that you're doing this, but this is not working out. I try to do the same thing. Whatever. Let me just give you the golden nugget for those of you guys who really don't know is that I'm gonna tell you right now, like a good, I want to say about 97% of the YouTubers that you're probably following when it comes to Shopify, they're only going to give you maybe a good 10% of how exactly to do whatever they're telling you to do. They're not going to tell you all the extra details in the back end because it's probably so much information to give that they have to really put it into a nutshell. So for you who's watching it, you probably end up thinking like, okay, let me try to imply this, and you start implying it, but you don't know the rest of the formula that's supposed to go with that small little detail that they gave you, and that's where, again, you end up finding yourself coming back like, this is fake and this is not really true, this is not working out for me. And like I said, it still falls back into investing into yourself. But um product research and Facebook ads kind of fall in place in a little bit because there's some people that I would do consulting with, and I would see that their ads is like perfectly set up and everything is good, and they think it's the ads is not working, but when it come to find out, it's really the product itself that's not working. So what happens is that because the product is not working, they think that the Facebook ads is not working. And the reason why they feel like that is because they're so passionate about whatever product that they're trying to um, promote, that they feel like, no, this product has to sell. Well, that's one thing I tell people: don't get emotionally attached to the products that you're trying to push out, and don't get emotionally attached to your Facebook ads, because that's where you end up just crushing your whole spirit. One thing is definitely really try to structure your work. Try to outline your work before you actually start to execute it. Try not to be sloppy with exact, how you're. Try not to go into the game blindfolded in a way. Like I said, sometimes people get caught up into their emotion. You're excited about, learning about the Shopify stuff, or maybe you bumped into some new information that you feel like, okay, this has to work. And next thing you know, you don't really try to like blueprint your work in a way for you to jump in the game so things can make sense. Don't try to jump into it blind, being blindfolded. And I might be a little bit all over the place, but to get back into the product research, I'm going to try to stress hard on that. Product research is very, very important. A lot of people feel that, like I said, people get emotionally attached to some products that they feel that should or supposed to sell, or maybe this might not sell, because try to build a strategy. There's so much videos on YouTube where that you could get for free, where it shows you different ways of building strategies on how to do product research. Of course, I'm gonna leave a link down below where you can see exactly how I do my product research too. But you have to build a strategy into knowing how exactly to do your product research. If you're going based on what you feel might sell and what you feel that should do good, then you probably won't really get the results that you're looking for. You want to see what's working for everybody else. Another thing I tell people to try to build a list of competitors based in the niche that you're working in. You know, my number one recommendation when it comes to especially newbies that's jumping into it, I really strongly recommend that you try to go for a general store. Try to build a general store. And if you really do your homework when it comes to successful Shopify stores, you will see that the top very the very successful Shopify stores are the ones that has a general store. You will realize that it's the ones that have a general store. If you are trying to just build a store that's very niche, I just hope that you know what you're doing, number one, and you really did your research to finding out how exactly you could grow that store. Because I feel like, especially depending on what type of niche you jump into, um you're going to be spending more money than the average person, because you're trying to just really get a large group of people who's only interested in that one specific thing. I feel like when you have a general store, you can find different type of audiences, and based on what's selling in that store, maybe from there you could move on into a store. But that's just my opinion, my suggestion. And like I said, if you do your homework, you'll see that the top Shopify stores or the is the one that's have general stores. And I'm gonna keep on pressing. Product research is everything. That's gonna make you not confused if you don't know if your ad is working versus if the product is working. Knowing the products, or the reason why it's good to have a list of competitors. I usually say I try to have like a list of 10 competitors, 5 to 10 competitors, is because if you could find competitors that's doing better than you, then you could try to reverse engineer what they're doing. Remember, you could see little stuff that pops up on their page. See if how you could implement that in your store. Sometimes in a lot of stores you will be able to see what products just been sold from the little apps that they have. Like, try to use that as a way of trying to see what product is working well for them. Try to test it into your store too. There's so much stuff that you could do. It's all about trying to reverse engineer what's working too. Don't try to jump into this game blindfolded. Another thing is learning how to test your products. Guys, I urge you, if you got to go back into some of my videos so you could see um, how I talk about testing your products. Check it out. For those who already know that I'm already entered 2018 with a new strategy of when it comes to testing my products. I'm doing 3 different campaigns on one product to test that specific product. And for those of you guys who already have my Facebook ads training course, all of that will be updated so you could be able to use that strategy as well. But not only that, if you find other YouTubers that's out there that's showing you exactly how they do their product testing, the number one mistake that I see a lot of newbies do is that they take like all the YouTubers that they see, they take their strategy and they try to put it in one bucket, and they try to implement it in theirs, and that's where you end up being confused, and you end up feeling that nothing is working for you. And that's where you end up you know causing a big mistake, because there's not a correct way. There's not like a specific correct way to do your ad setup. Everybody is doing what's working for them. So, just because something is working for Jacob, don't think because you're going to approach me with Jacob's strategy that I'm going to know exactly how to do it that way. I probably don't know what Jacob is doing. I don't understand how his stuff is set up. Maybe you might go to Christine now and see that Christine's strategy is working, and you try to come to me like, Chris, why is not working? Because this is what Christine. Go to Christine. I don't know. I don't know that type of setup. I'm going to show you how I'm setting up my stuff, and this is what's working for me. The good thing to do is work with one strategy, see, milk that strategy, then move on to the next one. Don't try to put everything in one bucket. Um, Let me see, what else could I give you guys? When it comes to branding, that's another thing. Learning how to really brand your store, and trying to build that customer trust. There's so much stuff that comes into this that a lot of people don't think about. You just see videos or screenshots or whatever it is, and you get hyped up. And that's why I definitely say try to really structure your work. Build the blueprint before you actually start to execute it. Don't just jump into building the Shopify, and that's when you want to jump on YouTube or stuff and trying to see if you get things rolling. That's when you end up spending so much money on some unnecessary things, or just from you not knowing what to do, you end up just wasting your money where you could have just probably invested that into something to help you gain the results that you're looking for. But I think I'm gonna stop it here. What I'm going to do is that I just recently posted a one of my results for a store that I'm currently working on. And what I'm gonna do is that my next video, I want to do a Q&A video. And so for you guys who's out there, I want you guys to either add me on Instagram or even Snapchat. Everything is gonna be at the end of this video. And send me questions. Comment on my on my stuff that's on Instagram, or send me messages on Snapchat, or even send me emails. Don't send the messages in the comment section directly, but then again, you can comment down below too. Comment down below your questions, and I'm gonna put everything. I'm gonna line up all the questions all together, and in the next video that I'm gonna do, hopefully I could put this video out by tomorrow. I want to feed you guys, give you guys the answers that you're looking for, but I want you guys to shoot as much questions at me. And my next video, I'm going to do a Q&A where I'm going to answer everybody's answers, and questions, and give you guys the answers. So I hope this video right here gives you a lot of value. And remember, guys, please subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to